Hey everybody, welcome back. How's it going today? Hope you're having a great day. So if you follow us on Instagram, you'll notice a few days ago I posted that we received in the seats for the C6 project. So what we're going to do today is we're going to start tearing into that. So I'm going to get the seats out of the box and get the frame brackets out, and we'll start assembling those, and then we'll start working on the car. So look forward to that. These are our seat brackets, and we got one for the left and one for the right. So go ahead and separate these boxes out. I'm going to start with the passenger side, so it'll be interesting to see how they consider left and right. I'm going to assume right passenger. Take a shot at that anyway. Got some stickers. Cool. And some installation instructions, which is always appreciated. Okay, the sliding mechanism seems to work pretty good. So we'll go ahead and get started on this. First, we'll take a look and unbox the seats here. So I already took a peek yesterday, obviously. Picture for Instagram, but so I went with the Evolution X seats. They're a fixed back seat, but they really feel nice. Actually, quite honestly, they feel a lot like the seats in the C7 Corvette. So a lot of side support, and they're pretty good. So we'll get these guys mounted on here and see how it goes. Seat brackets on, that wasn't a terrible task. Just had to have these bolts take these out of the seats. There's two in the front, two in the back. Used a 6mm Allen wrench to take those out. So now what we'll do is, so I got the driver's side and passenger side, and we'll get the car in here and figure out what it's going to take to get these bad boys in. Okay, so we got the car pulled in, and we're going to start taking out the stock seat. We'll start with the passenger side, and what you need is a 15mm, for the fronts anyway, these front bolts, 15mm deep well socket. I don't have one, so I get to use a wrench to at least get it started off, and then I can use this short stubby socket. So we'll go ahead and work on getting the seat out, and we'll get the new ones in. Okay, so I got the seat out. A bit of a challenge trying to get these things unclipped as you're trying to hold the seat up and get access to it. But I was able to get that taken care of. So now, got to take this piece off for the seat belt, and I got to figure out which of these wires I need to bring back over. I'm assuming this one for sure, because that was kind of shows your seat belts are locked. So Gotta figure out what I gotta do there and get this cleaned up a little bit, but It's not terrible so far, so we'll keep cracking at it. Okay, so we got the passenger side in. What I had to do is I've got to space out on this where the seatbelt hooks up. I'll show you that on the driver's side. We had to space it out because the clip was actually in here and tearing up on the seat. This bracket down here was tearing up on the seat. So when we get over to the driver's side, I'll show you how we had to space that out. And yeah, so I mean, it looks, I like the looks of it. It's going to touch up here, and I'll show you what the fix is going to be for that when we get this all rolled up. But and I love the looks of it. So we'll get going on the driver's side. Okay, so we got the driver's side out, and as you can see, this one's got a little more hardware in it. All the same clips. There's the motor for the driver's side. Now, one thing when we're taking off the, I call it the receiving end for the seat belt, is you got to keep these two, at least for sure, this one intact. So it was kind of wound up in here in the corner, but you can get it out. I've seen some guys actually cut the wires and solder them back together. You don't need to do that. You just have to kind of fish it through and fish it back up in here where it gets a little wider. There's more seat gap. So like I say, yep, so we got that. So we're in the process of getting the new seat put in. We'll get this plugged up, and we'll be back with you in a second. So one thing you'll notice on the seat is how tight, if you can see how tight this is when I put the seat belt mount back on. And actually the thing is, as you try to slide the seat up and back, it'll tear. And actually I did rip my seat a little bit right here. One thing I did to try to help prevent it a little bit was I used some spacers. I just put some washers down here to kind of space that out. But I think what you would have to do is probably the ideal fix would be to refab this a little bit, push it out. The problem with doing that is you can't push out too far because this thing is sitting right on the edge of the door sill. So a little tight. It'll work. I think you have to be very, very careful as you're sliding the seat back and forth, because it will, like I said, it will tear that up along this edge. So, but I'd say, all in all, not a bad install, really. The one thing I've got to figure out, so I've got to take off the old seats. I've got to take the bladder out for the airbag sensor and everything else. I do have an airbag light coming on, but I got the parts order for that. Actually talked to Danny from Vetworks. He's been super helpful. Ordered the parts from him. I've got them. Just got to figure out how to get all that, the bladder out and everything else. So we'll probably do that as another video. But love the seats. They fit great, and pretty good project. I think I'm pretty happy with them. One other little tip I'll share with everybody. You'll want to get a blanket to put over the plastic here as you're moving the seat in and out, because it's kind of hard to move it in and out. Obviously you have to take the top off. The other piece that I will do is I'll actually put some tape on these legs before I slide it back in, because as you're going to get in, it's pretty tight between the door and the dash and all those other PC parts. So put some tape around here to kind of protect those edges, because it is sharp, so you don't mar things up and narf stuff up as you're putting the seat back in the car. Okay, so here is the completed seat project. I got the belts going through the harness bar, or through the harness openings there. These seats are they are nice. I really like them. They're real firm, they're a little stiff, but that's what you expect. One thing I can't figure out is why on the passenger side I got a little, it's touching up here on the halo, and it squeaks. So I'm going to have to put a piece of felt up there to kind of cover that up a little bit, I think, so it's not plastic on the vinyl here. The driver's side fits up very, very well. So all in all, great looking seats. I like them a lot. They fit in there very tight, go up very well. The angle is almost perfect, really. For a fixed back seat, I was really happy with the angle. Actually, I like it a little more upright, but I think when I get a helmet on, that'll actually work out very, very nice. So excellent. Like it, love the product. Fit, like I said, fit was a little tight down here on the sides, but all in all, I think it works out pretty well. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it helpful and informative. If you did, please give us a big thumbs up. hit that subscribe button up there, and we will talk to you next time. Thanks.